What's up, you guys? We are live. And you might notice this white wall behind us is different than the white cupboards that are normally behind us. Why is that, Ash?
Because we live in a refrigerator.
We're in our refrigerator.
Hi, Lexi. No, it's because we're on vacation. We'll have a whole huge story today of our day. It's just one of those magical parenting days.
One of those magical parenting days.
Where you do everything that you hate.
We're going to get started in just a sec, like probably a minute or two to let everybody come on. We have a lot of people joining us. We're live on Facebook and
we're live on YouTube. So
What's
say hello
up?
to
Shout
each
out
other.
to people on YouTube.
Okay.
Kels, Lindy, Messy Musings, Kristen, Amanda, Carolyn.
Wow, there's so many
Kayla.
people coming on Facebook.
How's it going, you guys? And on Facebook, we got Jamie, Kelsey,
Kenzie,
Ashley.
Jay, Jamie.
You guys, live has turned
and
into like
Kayla.
something beautiful.
There's a ton.
Isn't this so fun?
Currently, we're almost to 1,000 people on both.
You guys, just like 6 months ago, we started going
Hi,
live
Josephine.
just to hang out with you guys, and we'd have like 10, 15 of you guys on there, and we're like, hey, what's up? And now it's like getting close to 2,000 every time. So this is so fun. It's turned into like an event that we don't want to miss, and you guys like get sad and mad if we miss. So thank you
Hi,
for holding us
Alana.
accountable, because we don't want to miss. We love going live.
Shelby's here from Wisconsin. So basically how we're breaking it down today is we have Luna just brought over a bug.
We're in the garage, by the way, of this Airbnb. Just so you guys know, we're like in southern Utah right now on Christmas vacation.
You stole my announcement.
Oh, I mean, I forgot how to talk.
Hello, wow, there's so many. I love you guys. I love you, Ruth and Heather and Pamela and Gail. So basically, we just want to tell the story of our day. You'll probably relate because we did all of the things that we hate that were necessary for a happy life today.
Why don't you just tell them how this day started, Ash?
Oh, this day started yesterday.
Why don't we just talk about Luna first and what she's been through today?
So we had the goal of waking up at 2, so that we could leave by 3. We didn't do that. That was a lofty goal. Should have done it. We didn't. We woke up at 3, got out of the door by 4, which is still but early. So
That was super
it was still
early.
really good. And we
Yeah.
got the kids in the car. James didn't fall asleep immediately. Took her a while. It was like the second she started falling asleep, we hear and Luna, who
Wait, are we starting in the car?
yeah,
Okay.
Luna, we have created like a den for her in our trunk. Like she has her green bucket that she sleeps in. She has her blanket. She has some toys.
Mind you, this is 4 a.m, leaving our house, coming down
It's
here
like 12
to
degrees in
southern
Salt
Utah.
Lake.
Freezing.
We didn't bring the stroller so that we could make for Luna her habitat. Oh my gosh, all the kids are screaming. In the
If you're
house.
wondering why we're out here in the garage, it's because the house is
It is
full
a
of kids
literal madhouse.
that are like screaming their faces off.
If you've ever been like, maybe I want to share an Airbnb with my entire family, you know,
Maybe rethink it.
do you like
Just kidding. No, it's fun. It's family togetherness and great. It's just, it's a lot when you're trying to put 2 little children to sleep.
They may not be asleep.
By the way, they are asleep. At least they were when we left.
They were. Hello,
We're
Nikki.
gonna have to probably cut this short. Anyways, go back to the story
we're in
about
the
what
car.
happened this morning at 4 a.m.
Kids are falling asleep. Luna's in her habitat in the trunk. The trunk is like open air to the car. It's not like a little car trunk. And all of a sudden we hear, and George goes, "No, Luna!" And Luna has jumped over the seat. And
George was
onto
probably
George.
asleep. And George is passing out at 4 a.m, and then Luna dives over the seats from the back of the car, and she like lands on George,
Then she
trying
like
to get
crawls
to us.
over his face.
And George
all
is
the way
like,
to the front.
No, Luna, no! And he shoves her off,
then
and
he-
Luna's just like freaking out because she hates riding in the car. And we have 4 more hours to drive. We had only been
So the
driving
one
like
time,
5 minutes.
Long story short, we had to pull over one time. And that one time was because Luna jumped onto our children.
Yeah, so we pulled over like 15 minutes into the trip thinking it was going to be like the worst day ever. But it ended up being really good. After that, we like made some more space for Luna back there. We got the kids situated, and
Right,
Luna
we
like,
were
and they
driving
all
well.
slept the rest of the
The
drive.
whole time.
It
Yes,
was like
Robin. Yes, Robin.
our prayers were answered. It was like it could have gone so bad, but they fell asleep. And Luna, come here.
Luna's having a
Luna
hard time.
slept so good. She's pretty stressed.
How
She's
long
probably
is
the
your
most
trip?
stressed of all
Rachel,
of
we're
us.
here till Thursday-ish. Hello from Baltimore, Maryland, Tammy.
Yeah, but anyways, now we're down in southern Utah, and we're in the garage of our Airbnb.
And just for all of you who, wow, what a perfect family. They had the perfect drive. We were doing great, and then Dallin started getting sleepy, so he was like, talk to me. And so I started talking to him, and then we got in a fight, but he stayed awake, so it ended up being a blessed fight that kept Dallin
And now
awake.
we're all better.
Now we're all better.
And closer together for it.
Cried a little bit.
Also,
made up, kissed a lot.
We need to go. We need to go on like a family retreat, or like a couples retreat.
In that moment, well, after that moment, like we don't even.
Any of you guys who are parents can relate to this.
It
We're
was
not
like the stupidest fight.
we're not like falling apart. We just need a retreat. We need some time to like reconnect.
To just
We've
like.
just been with our kids for like every day for like 2 years, and we have our little short date nights. But like,
just
how
like-
amazing would it be to have like 2 solid days, just me and you,
Like,
somewhere?
I just need to like not have the stress, so I can just like, even the littlest things are like, are you kidding me? We are in like a war zone here. Like, there's no time for that.
Yes, Jennifer from YouTube says you need a date weekend. Exactly, we do.
Happy holidays.
The
from
only thing that's
Australia,
keeping
Sky.
the only thing that's keeping us from that is like Ashley's still nursing James.
Yeah.
So that's like the main thing. But James is getting better at a bottle. We're like counting down the days until
Nancy says couples retreat for sure.
Yeah.
Kristen says that makes it better. Oh, Kristen said fights and disagreements make a stronger marriage.
see, there we go.
Oh
As
my
long as you
gosh, shut
remember
up.
that you're on the
Everyone
same
shut
team.
up right now.
What?
Brenda Thompson Jump named her kitten James Josephine.
Oh, send a picture, Brandy.
Stop it.
Brandy?
Brand? Brenda.
Brand? Send a picture of James Josephine the kitty.
That just makes me want to cry.
Anyways,
Hi,
Ash,
Karen.
what's going on tonight?
Okay, Dallin thinks this is a stupid idea, but I think it's a great idea. So, who here, show of hands, has watched a medical drama or
Talk a little louder.
has watched a medical drama or The Doctors on morning television? You haven't. Dallin has no idea what I'm talking about. My brother-in-law is here. Hey, hold on. Let me let Luna in. Luna, you go inside.
Luna is whining over here. Luna, you want to go inside? There. Luna is so nervous, you guys. She is just as uncomfortable around in-laws as we are.
My brother-in-law is here, and he is a doctor. Like a legit, he just got back from Afghanistan serving like a doctor's tour. And I have some medical questions from him about my own personal life. And if any of you have oh my gosh. Any of you have, what does Michael Scott say?
You think this is a dumb idea?
No.
He was watching.
I was just like, who's gonna ask their personal medical
It doesn't
questions?
have to be your personal medical question. Maybe you've seen something. Maybe you've read something. Maybe you
It's
have
like-
a brother or a sister who has a weird thing on their toe. Now is your chance to ask.
Anyways, you guys, this is an active serving.
What are
is
you?
it- What are you, Rob?
What am I?
Yeah.
Chloe says Grey's Anatomy is her
Well,
jam.
So we'll get to me in a
We
minute.
could
But
even
first of all,
just
I'm not
ask.
sure how I feel about you guys being so complaining about all the other loud kids, because 5/9
They're
of
all
the kids around here are mine.
Yeah, he has 5 children that are all in here.
Hey,
So
your
all
kids
that
are all
screaming you
angels.
heard is my kids
No,
waking their kids up.
It's actually, your kids aren't the loudest ones.
Well, yeah, okay, that's true.
That's true. There's
Yeah.
another loud one.
There's-
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my medical question, and then other people.
Anyways, Rob
and
was
your
gonna introduce himself.
4-hour drive is kind of weak sauce.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he also
had
drove
I'm not
from
impressed.
southern
He had
Texas.
a 12-hour drive. So, okay, let me lay this out. Even if you have seen Grey's Anatomy and you want to know, like, hey, is that legit? You can ask Rob that.
Yeah, so
Rob knows
should I,
so much
Rob,
about my
introduce
body.
should I
yourself.
introduce myself?
Yes,
Okay.
introduce
Did
yourself.
you say your body?
Yeah, I call my sister all the time, and I'm like, Jill, tell Rob this is happening to me, and ask him.
That just sounded weird the way you said it.
I didn't, not like.
Well, nobody's
weird.
leaving, so maybe my hypothesis was wrong.
yeah.
Everybody's interested in medical questions.
All right.
Thank you for your. Ashley
I'm
says
sorry.
Thank you
I'm
for
sorry
your
for
service.
doubting.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
here's a good one. Okay, I got. some
Wait,
good
Rob's
ones.
gonna
Alright, so
introduce
first-
himself.
Okay, I'll introduce myself. My name is Rob, and I am married to Ashley's older sister, Jill.
Great.
I think you made a video of her earlier today.
Yes, they're all gonna be in the vlogs this coming week because that's where we are. So.
Right. So I've been married to Jill for 10 years.
I know, Jill got married. Jill's like 18 months older than me, and she got married like 6 years before me, which is nuts.
Yeah, I was 21 and Jill was 19 when we got married.
They were babies.
So I am an ER doctor in the Army.
Mm-hmm.
And I got
Active
home-
serving, thank you for your service. Just got back from Iraq. Afghanistan.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And if any of you are out there wondering why I have all this scruffy facial hair, it's a DA-31 beard, because I am on leave.
Oh, he's on.
And so yeah, I'm currently stationed at Fort Bliss. I was in Afghanistan until 6 weeks ago at a little base in Helmand Province. And
He planted a garden there.
I did. I planted a garden there.
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
nice?
interestingly, so the doctor who replaced me, I took him out to dinner before he went, and he's been sending me pictures.
Of your garden?
Yeah, and so my
How's it
tomato
coming
plant
along?
is still, so I planted a whole seed packet of tomatoes in, so interestingly, you can get 40 pounds of steer manure shipped from Michigan to Afghanistan from
Rob
Amazon
ordered
Prime.
on Amazon manure.
Yeah, 40 pounds of steer manure, so I mixed that in with some Afghan soil,
Wow.
planted an entire packet of tomatoes, and one plant survived, and I nursed it through a terrible 125 degrees summer in Afghanistan, and got one tiny little dwarf tomato. It was the size of a, what are tiny tomatoes called?
Like a cherry.
Sweet
A
one.
cherry tomato, yes.
Yeah.
I'm so nervous being on camera. And so it's the size of a cherry tomato, but it's not a cherry tomato plant. It was just a terrible little dwarf. And now there's like a dozen tomatoes growing on my tomato plant.
What?
Wow.
So, and all
That's
the
awesome.
wildflowers I planted are growing and they're flowers.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's cool.
Okay, here's my medical question.
all right, here, let's do this. Wait, I should probably give some sort of official sounding medical disclaimer.
Probably.
Okay, ready? Anything Rob tells you should not be taken as doctor's advice.
Yeah, I am an actual doctor, but I am not your actual doctor. So if you have a specific medical question that is like serious, you should talk to a doctor that can actually do a physical exam and answer your questions personally. However, as infotainment, I'm happy to answer questions.
Okay.
So ask the weirdest
Ta-da.
questions you
Ta-da.
have.
Okay, well, my question is, I popped something in here and I had a cast for a while, and I think it's getting worse, and I get like tingly and pain in these fingers. Does that mean anything to you?
What do you mean by popped?
Like, it was a while ago, and there was like a
How
big
long is a
swollen
while?
ball, like a couple months after James was born. And I
So
went to like an
11
orthopedic guy.
months ago?
No, she's only 8 months old.
Oh, so 10 months ago.
No, wait, after she was
Oh,
born. So like when she was 3 months old.
So like 6 months ago.
Yeah. And then he said it could pop at any time because he like didn't know exactly what was wrong. But
What were you doing when you popped it?
a stupid swing I bought broke, and so I slammed it like that.
Is this Facebook Live thing just a ploy to get me to give you free medical advice?
Yeah. Anyways, I was just wondering, is that like a sign that it's getting
Anyways,
worse?
could you
If my
prescribe us
fingers start
some?
tingling and
Just kidding.
feeling numb.
So you slammed it down this way?
Yeah.
Well, you probably have strained some of the ligaments in between the carpal bones. Sorry, here's my hand. So you probably just strained some ligaments in between the carpal bones here, and then probably, if you're getting tingling,
Yeah.
have like a little lingering neuropraxia of some of the nerves there. But you still have full feeling and sensation.
What's a praxy?
Neuropraxia is just kind of a catch-all term for like injury to the nerves.
Okay, well, that's not super helpful.
What should she do?
Why did
Okay.
they put you in a cast? Like, were
Because he
you
didn't
having,
know if he wanted to immobilize it to
Okay.
make sure.
were you having inability to like lift your fingers?
He checked that.
Like motion
It just hurt.
restrictions?
It
So,
was just
so
swollen
no,
and
so
hurt.
no numbness or true weakness, just pain.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so that's not too worrying for like any serious nerve injury. And the mechanism, it'd be really weird to have some isolated nerve injury from just like a
Okay.
fall on an outstretched hand. So you probably just have some lingering inflammation. If you did like a 2-week course of some anti-inflammatories, it would probably go away.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Trace-
Brooke
oh.
Ruthven asked, is Michael Scott's foot going to be okay from burning it on his George Foreman grill?
Boy, that's like going way in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, it's a serious question.
It is a serious question.
Is it a head injury or a foot injury?
Doctor, what's more serious, a head injury or a foot injury?
Well, I guess it depends on the extent of the injury.
Right.
I've seen some pretty serious foot injuries, but I think Michael Scott's going to be okay.
Okay, Tracy Martin says, why does my knee sound like paper crinkling when I bend it?
So popping in joints is, we don't even always really understand what it is. Like when you pop your knuckles, there's like theories that it's nitrogen bubbles, or maybe it's just the bones like sliding against each other, or that it's something to do with the ligaments. So we don't really even know what all the sounds are. In general, joints making noises, if it's not accompanied by pain, isn't really a thing. Yeah.
Luna's like pops like that too.
Yeah, my knees creak sometimes. I lift weights a lot, and when I squat, my knees make noises, and it doesn't. If it's not accompanied by pain, it's not usually a big deal. It's just part of being human.
Oh, here's a good one. Sydney says, I've been getting really itchy armpits, and I can put anti-itch on them, but it just stings. Why do they still itch? Been like that for months. Itchy armpits.
So itchy armpits without being able to actually look at them, I don't know.
Maybe like a rat, like eczema?
Yeah, so it could be eczema, it could be fungal. If it's been going on for months, if there's like flaky skin, you might want to try some antifungal cream. You could try that and see.
Erica says, how long will it take my belly button to heal from my laparoscopic hysterectomy? It's been almost 4 weeks. Oh, she disappeared. I forgot, I didn't see the rest.
Almost 4 weeks out and something.
It's just gone, there's so many comments.
Oh gosh, this is more popular than we thought. Dallin?
It is.
How long will it take that to heal, Rob?
So that depends. People heal differently. Some people scar pretty badly. So it just kind of depends. So it was laparoscopic hysterectomy. I'm assuming she had like drains in and stuff. I mean, hysterectomies, if it's a total hysterectomy, can be like that's a pretty significant abdominal surgery.
My belly button is, or like my scar from my C-section is still sore, and that's been like 8 months.
Yeah. So 4 weeks out isn't unusual to still be having pain.
Lauren, I'm glad to hear. Lauren said that she knew that I had heart surgery. By the way, I had heart surgery when I was 8. I was actually just talking to Rob about this a little while ago. But I'm doing great now. And Lauren on YouTube just said that her daughter had a heart surgery as well, and she's doing great. Lauren, happy to hear it. That's so good to hear.
Megan wants to know why she gets sharp pains in the left side of her head that last 1 minute at a time.
That's kind of weird. Like exactly 1 minute?
Megan?
Yeah. So headaches are like, I mean, it sounds like it's just kind of a headache. Headaches are another thing that's like poorly understood. If it's like migraines wouldn't last just a minute. You can get cluster headaches that are kind of behind your eye that can sometimes be like quick on and last for a certain amount of time. Generally speaking, with headaches, we don't really know why they happen. There's not usually like a cause that you can point to.
Hardly ever.
Yeah, headaches can be terrible. Like I've had a few migraines back when I was like in high school, but migraines are a terrible affliction. Chronic headaches are bad, and we can treat symptoms, but we don't really know the cause in a lot of times. So I can't say why you get headaches like that. I'm sorry.
Lindy Woodall asks, why does every winter my left knee will swell and feels like it's filled with fluid? It didn't start until I hyperextended my knee in track. Does winter make your joints feel weird?
So that is also something that is like...
You guys have all the tricky stuff.
Yeah. So a lot of like, I think that's kind of poo-pooed upon by most docs of like there's a storm coming on, my joint's aching up.
Really?
However, I think there's probably something to it that like weather changes and cold can affect
Pressure.
My mom said her arthritis is better in the dry Utah weather than it was in Georgia.
Yeah, like that goes under the label of things that like have probably never been studied formally and would be difficult to design like a randomized controlled trial to figure out. But I mean, I've heard enough people say stuff like that I think it's probably true. Now, specifically as to why your knee is swelling, It depends. You hyperextended it, so you probably damaged some of the soft tissues. You could have formed like a Baker's cyst, which is a cyst of synovial fluid that goes, I'm like touching my own knee, but you can't really see it, but around the back of your knee, you can get like a pouch of synovial fluid, and that could be doing it. Or you could just have some kind of like lingering inflammation and issues in any of the kind of soft tissues or bursa surrounding the joint.
Huh. There's a lot of people post-heart surgery.
All right, heart surgery buddies.
Wow. What are the long-term effects of being electrocuted? Asked Amanda.
Well, usually death, I think. No. So
Don't get electrocuted.
Electrocution is usually a problem in terms of the burn. So it's kind of like a thermal burn. There's not like, if the electricity itself is going to have an effect, generally it's going to be on your heart, like interrupt your heart rhythms, and that's going to be like an immediate thing. It's not going to be like a week later you suddenly drop dead from a heart problem. So in general, it's just the effects of electricity will be the effects of whatever burn you got from the electricity, unless they're like immediate stuff.
Wow. Man, you guys are hanging out and learning a lot. We're all learning a lot. This is fun. Sorry we're not getting to every question. There's so many of them.
There's a lot.
Also, just know that this is going to be on the internet forever, and thousands, like hundreds of thousands of people follow our page. So if you don't feel comfortable with this information about yourself being out there, feel free to delete your comment.
There was an interesting one about a dermoid cyst.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Someone said they got a dermoid cyst removed from
Yeah, it had teeth in it. It's the twin you swallowed.
No, you
No,
didn't
it's not.
swallow a twin.
No. So it's I'm having to
Okay,
like
what's a
remember
dermoid
back.
cyst?
So I'm having to remember back to medical school lectures because dermoid cysts aren't like ER things that come into the ER a lot. But it's like
It was from her uterus?
well, they took it out when she was having a C-section or something, some sort of surgery. And so they're like embryologic remnants they're like little packets of stem cells that got like
Oh yeah.
trapped. And so they can become, they're stem cells, so they can become anything like teeth, hair,
Wait.
muscle.
Two from my big fat.
So they're
Wedding.
just like little packets of
Dude.
undifferentiated cells.
Have you guys seen that scene from My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Have you seen that scene? Where she's like,
So My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
This is one of Ashley's favorite movies.
it's like my favorite movie.
So
She's like,
I have a story about that movie.
she's like talking to the guy who's not Greek, and she's like, "Come here," and she's like, I can't do it. It's in the Greek accent, but she like,
What did she say?
she basically says what Rob said, and
Oh.
how like she had like a lump, and how like they removed it, and it was like it had hair and a teeth. But it's like she's saying it to the very concerned. If you know, you know. Still other people know.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Yes,
Ashley
Jenny
loves that
knows.
movie.
The only time I watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding was when Jill and I were dating, and we just made out through the whole movie.
Yeah,
So I haven't actually seen it.
we made out to The Office a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a lump story. I think you know this
Kelly
one.
has had 2 dermoid cysts removed. Lucky 10%. Didn't know I had them the first one until Oh. Betsy.
Okay, should we do one more? Two more?
Oh yeah, she had an ovarian torsion. That's what she's talking about. So yeah, cysts, anatomically abnormal ovaries are more likely to torse. So ovarian torsion is related
Kelly,
to
he
cysts.
knows. He knows what you're talking about. Okay.
Should we do one more question?
Wait, ooh, hip bursitis?
2 more questions.
Hip
Rob's
impingement
gonna-
in
Let's
the
do
joint.
2 more
Start
questions, you
running
guys. We could do this all night. Let's do 2 more.
Can I get a second? Can you wait and see if it goes on its own? So bursitis in general for everybody,
So Michaela has bursitis.
yeah, so bursitis is, so a bursa is a fluid-filled sac around your joint. So it's not the joint itself, but on most of our major joints, hips, knees, elbows, shoulders, there are fluid-filled sacs that are kind of outside of the joint and help lubricate it. They're real thin spaces that just have
With
tissue that's
synovial fluid.
No, it's not synovial fluid, but because that's inside the joint. But it's a similar they exist to provide lubrication. And so if you get inflammation in your bursa, then it can just be chronically bothersome and painful. It usually isn't like a huge deal, so I can understand like why your doctor wasn't too concerned about it. It doesn't it's not going to progress to some chronic terrible thing that afflicts you your entire life. And they do usually get better on their own. On their own, that can take weeks to months, and it can get pretty bad. I had a really bad right knee bursitis when I was like 18 because I joined ROTC and I had never run before, and I started running a ton because I joined the Army and got a terrible right knee bursitis that took a couple months to get better. In general, the best treatment for it, if you can take anti-inflammatories, even something like ibuprofen or naproxen, if you can do a course of that for a couple weeks, they're actually very effective at decreasing that inflammation and helping your body heal it up a little bit faster. So if you don't have like stomach problems or kidney problems that would keep you from taking ibuprofen, then doing a 2-week course of that will probably help speed that recovery up quite a bit.
Isn't this neat?
I spent a lot of time in Afghanistan dealing with
Bursitis.
musculoskeletal pain. Yeah, bursitis and other things.
Neat.
Wow. Okay, last question. One more question.
Okay.
What is the earliest that you can find out the second of your baby? Is it probably the sex of your baby?
Probably the sex.
Oh
I
gosh.
found out James at 15 weeks.
Yeah, that's about.
But my friend Shammer had blood work done, and you can find out earlier, right?
Yeah, so if you get like an amniocentesis, you can do super early.
Oh,
then
I don't think I was supposed to tell everyone that Shammer was pregnant.
Oh. The trouble with live video.
Sheesh. Crap.
It's all right. I told the whole world that
Okay.
Jill and I made out through all of my Big Fat Greek wedding.
It's
so.
true.
So that's, yeah, so we say like 20 weeks is like on an ultrasound where you can consistently see it. But like if you have to get blood work done or amniocenteses and things like that, then it can
You
be
find out
earlier.
really early.
Yeah, I don't know. On the blood work, it's actually pretty new. So I'm not sure. Everything I do in the ER is ultrasound, so 20 weeks is what we say. You can sometimes, if it's a little boy and you can see his penis, then like you see it and it's there, but until 20 weeks you can't reliably say if it is a boy or a girl if you don't see the genitals. And then the blood tests I'm not familiar enough with to know how early it is. I mean, it's got to be kind of late because like the embryo is or the fetus is so tiny, like at 6, 7, 8 weeks, its blood volume is like super tiny, but I'm not sure. I don't know the answer to that.
Does the blood work because they like they just see if there's testosterone in the blood or?
I don't know, actually.
Either. That was my guess.
Like I said, we only had the blood work available for Edith, our last baby. It wasn't even available that I knew of before then. I mean, maybe in like tertiary referral centers in big cities, but
Right. Well, Rob has a YouTube account,
I do.
or Jilda, his wife. Maybe he'll get on later tonight and look through the comments.
People are cheering you on about starting your own YouTube channel.
Oh,
In the
you mean just a
comments.
YouTube account like where I log on to YouTube?
Where you're just
Where
like,
you
Oh,
post comments,
I've never
where you
made a
post
video.
videos
This
and
is
share
my
your
first-
wisdom.
This is my first dabble into content production.
Here we
explain
go.
POTS syndrome. What is that?
POTS syndrome?
See, Rob, you could get
Oh
on this.
gosh, POTS syndrome? That's like, oh, I don't know. That's like a bone thing, right?
Test your medical school knowledge.
Yeah, I haven't studied POTS syndrome in a long time. I'd have to look that up. I'll have to look some of these up to talk about them.
Patricia says, "What is this? A medical show tonight? I don't have sound, but everyone looks sad."
Patricia, we're
We're
sorry.
just sitting here like this.
We took a little different spin tonight
That's
for
really-
Dashley's Live. We're
that's
out of
really
vacation. We don't have awesome stuff to give away because this isn't our house. We're sorry.
Hi,
But
Marissa Fairbanks.
a lot of people stuck around. This has been interesting. It's been cool to hear like medical advice. Hopefully some of you have some takeaways. Other people that are just listening, hope you enjoyed yourself. Ashley loves Grey's Anatomy, so she's like soaking this
Abby
up.
said she found out at 8 to 10 weeks that she was having a boy with blood work.
That probably sounds about right, where the
So-
fetus would be big enough.
You know.
But I'm not sure how it works, because it's pretty new.
Mandy says we all have so many issues. Are y'all still doing a vlog every day? Lindy, we are trying. And I know we promised that we would, and it's just not happening every day. But it's happening most of the days.
Yeah, we're doing our best to post every day for Vlogmas. It's really fun, and we're missing a few here and there, but we're doing our best to going out every day for you guys, and it's fun. We love it. There's one coming tomorrow of our trip down here, so
There's
look
just
forward
been
to
a
that.
couple days where it's just like not in the stars to like record a vlog. It's just
It
not.
seems like it's the editing is more of a problem than the recording.
Sometimes, a little both.
Both.
It's just
Yeah.
hard to let them go sequester themselves for 2 hours to edit a vlog when we're all sitting out there like, come hang out with us and don't be antisocial.
It's true. just turned in medical issues. Okay. Ooh.
Cool. Okay, well, we love you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight for a little bit.
Tomorrow we're doing our first vacation vlog, and you get to see me at 3 in the morning, and I look like a hot mess,
And then our trip down here and a little tour of our Airbnb and some other fun stuff. So join us in the vlog tomorrow and our whole vacation this week. We're going to be coming at you every day still. So
and if
And Tuesday is going to be a special on foot fungus.
and if any of you guys are doctors, look through the comments and help some brothers and sisters out with their questions.
yeah. Okay, have a great Sunday, you guys. We will see you soon in the vlogs this week. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.
Okay.
End. Got to end on all these different things now.
Oh, I think I